An instrument for observing the moon's distance from the fixed stars at sea, by Isaac Newton. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. An instrument for observing the moon's distance from the fixed stars at sea, by Isaac Newton. A true copy of a paper found in the handwriting of Sir Isaac Newton among the papers of the late Dr. Halley, containing a description of an instrument for observing the moon's distance from the fixed stars at sea. In the annexed scheme, PQRS denotes a plate of brass, accurately divided in the limb DQ into ½ degrees, ½ minutes, and 1/12 minutes by a diagonal scale, and the ½ degrees and ½ minutes and 12th minutes counted for degrees, minutes, and 6th minutes. AB is a telescope, 3 or 4 feet long, fixed on the edge of that brass plate. G is a speculum, fixed on the said brass plate, perpendicularly, as near as may be, to the object glass of the telescope, so as to be inclined 45 degrees to the axis of the telescope, and intercept half the light which would otherwise come through the telescope to the eye. CD is a movable index, turning about the center C, and, with its fiducial edge, showing the degrees, minutes, and 6th minutes on the limb of the brass plate PQ. The center C must be over against the middle of the speculum G. H is another speculum, parallel to the former, when the fiducial edge of the index falls on 0 degrees, 0 minutes, 0 seconds, so that the same star may then appear through the telescope in one and the same place, both by the direct rays and by the reflexed ones. But if the index be turned, the star shall appear in 2 places, whose distance is showed on the brass limb by the index. By this instrument the distance of the moon from any fixed star is thus observed. View the star through the perspectile by the direct light, and the moon by the reflexed, or on the contrary, and turn the index till the star touch the limb of the moon, and the index shall show upon the brass limb of the instrument the distance of the star from the limb of the moon, and though the instrument shake by the motion of your ship at sea, yet the moon and star will move together as if they did really touch one another in the heavens, so that an observation may be made as exactly at sea as at land. And by the same instrument may be observed exactly the altitudes of the moon and stars, by bringing them to the horizon, and thereby the latitude and times of observations may be determined more exactly than by the ways now in use. In the time of the observation, if the instrument move angularly about the axis of the telescope, the star will move in a tangent of the moon's limb, or of the horizon, but the observation may notwithstanding be made exactly, by noting when the line, described by the star, is a tangent to the moon's limb, or to the horizon. To make the instrument useful, the telescope ought to take in a large angle, and to make the observation true, let the star touch the moon's limb, not on the outside of the limb, but on the inside. End of An Instrument for Observing the Moon's Distance from the Fixed Stars at Sea, by Isaac Newton. Read by Abai in March 2014.